an engineer for NASA. Next up, we have Isaac Foster. Isaac is 17 and the son of Chris and Tina Foster. Isaac is the grandson of Steve and Linda Richardson of Topeka, Kansas, and the grandson of Leon and Rosanna Smith of Heber Springs, Arkansas. Isaac has played baseball for 1 year of high school, basketball for 4 years of high school, football for 4 years of high school, and done track for 3 years of high school. He is a National Honor Society, a member of the 2A preseason All-State football team, and an invitee to the Blue-Gray All-American football game. Isaac plans to attend college playing football, earn a degree in engineering, and live a happy, successful life. Our next senior is Riley Messner. She is 17 and the daughter of Becky and Billy Messner, and she is the granddaughter of Kenny and Twana Walker. Riley has played softball for the high school for all 4 years and has played since she was 5. She has also been cheering for 2 years. Her plans for the future are to become a pediatric physical therapist. She also wants to have a family and be the best mom like her mom. Next up, we have Anthony Rangel. He is 17 and the son of Albert and Lisa Rangel. He is the grandson of Eva Mendez, Gaston and Linda Rangel, and the late Will and Margie Myers. He has participated in football for 4 years and played in baseball for 12 years. Anthony plans to get a certificate as an aviation mechanic and then continue on to get an FAA certification. He also plans to travel the world and work on planes. Our next senior is Elijah Reed. He is 18 years old and is the son of Jimmy and Katrina Reed. He has played in football, track and field, and basketball for 12 years. Some of his awards include participating in the National Honor Society, being a Blue-Gray All-American, and winning 3rd place in the state long jump. His future plan is to become a college football coach. Next up, we have Abby Stramsky. She is 17 and is the daughter of Gina and David Ford and Robert Stramsky. She is the granddaughter of Danny and Shirley Taylor, Carolyn Stramsky, and Helen Ward. She has been playing basketball for 4 years, a football trainer for 4 years, and has participated in National Honor Society for 3 years. She was also a part of the 2020 basketball state qualifiers team. Her plans for the future include going into the Air Force and pursuing her degree in chemical engineering. Next up, we have Charlie Thomas. She is 17 years old and is the daughter of Gene and Cheryl Thomas. She is the granddaughter of GT and Linda Dawson, Mary Stanford, and the late Jerry Stanford. Charlie has participated in cheerleading for 4 years, and she has played in golf for 2 years. Her plans for the future are to become a dental hygienist and travel in her free time. Our next senior is 18-year-old Dalton Thomas. He is the son of Scott and Leanne Thomas, and the grandson of Wayne and Donna Schaus and Tommy Thomas. He has been playing football for 7 years, baseball for 14 years. He is also certified in scuba diving. Dalton plans to graduate from EOC to be an electrician. Next senior is Ty Tucker. He is 18 years old and the son of Robin and Marcy Tucker. He is the grandson of Roger and Vicki Tucker, Sally McGowan, and the late Greg McGowan. He has played for 4 years in football, basketball, baseball, and track. He was a part of the 2018 state championship team for baseball. His future plans include attending college and getting a degree in accounting. Our next senior is Davey Wilson. He is 18 years old of age. He is the son of Kirk and Crystal Booth. He is the grandson of Gene Lawson, Thomas Kruger, and Barbara Walls. Daly has been playing football for 4 years, basketball for 4 years, and track for 4 years. After high school, he plans on going to college for a degree in engineering. And our last senior tonight, we have Max Wynn. He is 18 and is the son of Jeff and Karen Wynn. He is the grandson of Betty Renfro, Sue Fulgium, and the late Gordon Renfro. Here at Jones, he has participated in 4 years of football and 3 years of basketball. After high school, he plans to go to college and earn a degree in marketing. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause for all of tonight's seniors. On behalf of the Jones High School, we'd like to thank everyone for joining us for the 2020 Senior Night. We invite you to stay as the Longhorns take on Star Spencer for tonight's game.
Good evening and welcome to the Jones Journal broadcast of Jones High School football, brought to you by Go Wireless, as we are here to watch the 2-1 Jones Longhorns take on the 2-1 Star Spencer Bobcats here tonight on Friday night. I am Matt Boggs, and I've got Chris Branch with me here as well. How you doing tonight, Chris?
Doing great, Matt. It's nice to be back in the booth. Come and watch some Oklahoma High School football.
And it's a beautiful night for football. So we've got a few of the teams getting ready to come out into the field. Both squads are 2-1, though we were talking a little bit earlier about the situation with Oklahoma City Public Schools, that this may be the last game for Star Spencer for a couple of weeks.
Yeah, that looked like earlier today, Oklahoma City Public Schools announced that they're canceling some of all their extracurricular activities, the indoor events, I think, immediately. But fortunately, the outdoor events aren't being canceled until, I think, Mondays, whenever the start date is, so we get to have our game tonight. But Star Spencer probably won't be playing for the next couple of weeks, and that'll definitely impact the district because we do have a couple teams within Oklahoma City Public Schools that are in the district as well.
Most definitely. So, got some music playing, so I get ready for the intro. Got some canned band music tonight. Very good.
If you can't have a band, let's just pipe it in. It is a beautiful night, though, tonight. You couldn't ask for better weather.
Friday night in Jones.
I think we talked about the weather a couple weeks ago, too. When last time we were on there, it was a little bit cooler, but just perfect fall weather.
And here come the Longhorns. As always, I'd like to thank our sponsors. The presenting sponsor for our broadcast of the Jones Journal is Go Wireless, Oklahoma's premier wireless internet. Check out their website, go-wireless.us. Go Wireless says go Longhorns.
Matt, I think this will be a really good game for us tonight. We're going to be tested, I think, once again by a running quarterback. I think that's one of the issues we had last week with Lincoln Christian, was that Max Brown with Lincoln Christian kind of, in the second half, kind of took over the game, was able to run some option games that we just couldn't stop him. So tonight we're going to see number 11, Cecil Jackson, which is their quarterback, which is a big, strong quarterback that if you look at a lot of the tape that he run, they do run some option and some jet sweeps out the side where he kind of takes it around the end, and he's from the tape looks pretty difficult to tackle. I think on paper he's 6'1", 215, and he looks like he's every bit of that.
Yes, Coach Martin said last night that he's familiar with Star Spencer, played them throughout the years multiple times, and every time you're going to have some athletes on the other side of the ball when you're running against Star Spencer. Looks like the Longhorns will receive the opening kick. We've got Elijah Reed and Emmett Murphy back to receive.
I think it's great to see Elijah Reed back. I know last week I think he led the team in receiving and only played the first half. He had like 109 receiving yards in the first half. Went out, didn't make it back, and that was a big key to the game.
That is fielded by Emmett Murphy. He's got that cone around the 20. He's going to get brought down right about the 22-yard line. And that is where the Longhorns will take off. Number 3, Carson May, 6'5", 210 quarterback, junior. The Longhorns didn't score the entire second half last week against Lincoln Christian, so I have to think that Coach Martin and the Longhorns will want to get off to a quick start here.
Yeah, I think one of the keys to the game this week is, to put together a complete game. We've, against Luther, we had kind of a rough first half, came out the second half and had a really strong second half. Against Lincoln Christian, you can have a great first half and then fall apart the second half. So having a full game is really important.
And that is going to be complete to Durrell, and he's got some room on the sideline. He's going to make a move to 35 and get it brought down right around midfield. That's where they're going to spot him down at midfield, and that is going to be good for a bank first down.
Great start to the game. You got to keep it up, and seeing Darrell catch the ball, it was really important. Last week he had a few catches, but really wasn't nearly as prevalent as he was in previous games. Getting him involved early is going to be really important.
May back in the shotgun, he had trips left. He's going to pass that out to Cox. He's got a few lines. Oh, he's going to get hit, and he's going to bring a defender down. They're going to give him 5 yards. Good, strong run right there by Corbin Cox. Also good decision-making by May when he didn't have anything downfield, checking down to his running back. It's a good, safe play and a good, solid 5 yards on first down.
Looks like we started the game off with 2 consecutive passes. Carson May had 51 passes last week, 51 attempts in a game. It's a lot of passing, and I expect to see some of that tonight as well.
A receiver in motion. May back again. He's going to pass, and he's got a receiver. That is Caden Carl. He's good. There is a flag on the play, and he's going to get down to about the 16-yard line. We had a flag around the 31. I'm thinking that's going to be a hold on the Longhorns.
Yeah, Emmett Murphy over there got hold of the corner and just kind of held him up, trying to break his receiver free there at the end. And it looks like they're still going to get the first down and some yardage, but it does definitely negate the big gain.
Spotted
43. 42. Well,
Okay, looks like they're going to get the ball at the 38-yard line. It's going to be good for a bank first down. May in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver right. As the chain gang is resetting the chains. May's got it. He is looking downfield. He's got a receiver open, and that is just through the hands of Caden Carl. Incomplete.
that was a well-placed pass. Caden probably should have came up with that one, and that's one thing that Carson, I think, is still working on in his game, is those deep touch passes. He's got a great arm, solid cannon on these short routes, but learning that finesse pass on those deep routes is something that once we get that down, it's going to be very difficult to stop.
May back again in the shotgun. Elijah Reed is going to get that on the end around, and he's going to come. He's got it at the 40. He's got some space. Makes a move. Going to get him, let's say, about the 34-yard line. Going to bring up third down for the Longhorns. Two receivers left, one receiver right. Cox in the pistol. And he's going to go right up the middle and get nothing right there, which is going to bring up fourth down for the Longhorns. Chris, 4-down territory, you think?
I think at this position, you're in a kind of a no man's zone as far as punting the ball. If you punt it, you get maybe 10, 15 yards on the yardage and move them back, or you can go for it and take the chance, and you might as well just take the chance. You just have to make sure whatever receiver's running the stop route has to get the 6 yards.
Oh, and that was going to be a little bit too tall for Trey Durrell. May is knocked down, and the Bobcats will take over on downs.
Yeah, number 78 came through there at the last and kind of knocked May down and kind of got in his face a little bit, and he threw that ball just a tad high to Durrell.
And one thing to keep an eye on tonight, Chris, is that in all high school football, you have a lot of two-way players. Star Spencer has a number of two-way players. They're going to be playing every snap tonight. And so fatigue may set in. And so that is one thing we'll keep an eye on all night as we get on through here.
Yeah, we got a flag right off the bat. Looks like It was a handoff to Sean Wheeler as their running back, it looked like, on that.
False start.
I think it was a legal formation on that one. He was waiting to throw the flag right before the ball even snapped, so I assume they probably didn't have enough men on the line of scrimmage.
Going to replay first down, back them up 5 yards. It will be 1st and 15 for the Bobcats.
Matt, and like you said, on the two-way players, I mean, if you can see on the screen, they don't have all that many players left on the sidelines. So most of these players do have to play both ways, and fatigue can become an issue, especially with the weather still being somewhat warm. We'll be looking to see in the third, fourth quarter if we have some cramping issues.
And Jackson is going to be pressured. He's going to be incomplete. That was to number 24, to Sean Wheeler, his running back.
That was T.J. Thompson, the pressure. It was good. He got hold of him, but like we talked about before the game started, Jackson is a big guy, and you have to bring him down, and arm tackling is not going to work with him.
If it feels like they've got a linebacker back there, it is correct. He also plays outside linebacker. 6'1", 215. One receiver left, two right for the Bobcats. Jackson in the shotgun. It's going to be a run over to the right side. Sean Wheeler taken right there at the line of scrimmage.
Which Wheeler, the running back, is also not a small fellow either. 5'11", 220. So it's definitely, when they're barreling downhill, they got some big kids in the backfield that are going to put some punishing hits on some of our guys that just have to be able to wrap up and take them down.
Absolutely. We've got two receivers left, two receivers right. Jackson the shotgun. Looks immediately to his right and throws it. He is complete. That was a good catch. Number 16, that's James Reed, the tight end. 6'3", 225. Some decent size on this Bobcat team.
Yeah, they're definitely got a lot of size, which they've thrown it more tonight than what they've done in the past, and maybe trying to throw off the defense as far as what their preparation may have been, which put them in fourth down. So we'll see if they go back more to that quarterback run later on in the game.
Looks like their tight end, James Reed, who just caught that pass, also doubles as the punter. Elijah Reed standing at his own 30. Oh, and they're going to fake it. He's taking it over to the right. He's going to, nope. They're not going to get, what a reach. Let's see where they spot it.
I think it looks as if they're going to give it to him.
Have given him the spot. Let's. Tremendous effort by Reed on that. And they're going to give Star Spencer a first down.
Our one of our defensive backs on the other side hit him probably at the line of scrimmage, which was a 5-yard gain, and he just barreled through. Once again, it goes back to wrapping up and taking down, and the arm tackles just aren't going to cut it with some of the size that they have.
Timeout on the field. It is about time for us to recognize our sponsors here on the Jones Journal broadcast of Jones High School football. We're back. Star Spencer with the ball after the first down. Going to carry it, and he's going to have some space in the middle. That is number 5, Orlando Washington. That's going to be good for another first down. And so the Bobcats are on the move.
from their previous film and what they've done the last several games, the ground game is their bread and butter. So we expect to see a lot of run tonight. You have the tight end setting it back in the kind of the H-back position, which is another big kid. Just
Good job of containing Washington that time. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up second down for the Bobcats. It's really wrapping up and tackling that first man, Chris, exactly what you said. That's going to be definitely a key for the Longhorns tonight.
Yeah, and that was something that we couldn't do in the second half of last week. The quarterback run is what hurt Jones against Lincoln Christian. If we could have stopped, the quarterback run that second half, it would have been a completely different ballgame. Even though the offense sputtered their second half, it was just having them constantly pound the ball and us not being able to make that first tackle on contact.
Another pass, then they get him. Give him a yard or two. Bringing up third down for the Bobcats.
That's good gang tackling right there. You had 3 to 4 guys on him immediately.
A herd of Longhorns, if you will.
A herd. There we go.
Bring up another big third down for the Bobcats.
You got Wheeler back in the backfield.
Got a man in motion. Bringing trips to the left. Jackson's going to go back to pass. He's got that open. That's going to be short. Bringing up fourth down for the Bobcats.
They're in a similar situation that Jones was on their first possession, where you're at the 43-yard line. You take the chance, and maybe you can punt it and pin us deep. But looks like that they are setting up to punt it. But you're kind of in a situation that maybe this is where where you would fake it once again.
Well, once again, we know Reed can run, and he is back there to receive this punt. And it looks like we do have some movement, so we're going to back him up 5 yards. Elijah Reed will take a couple of steps up to receive this punt, standing at about his own 12-yard line. Reed back to receive. A high snap. Going to be a high kick that Reed will field, and he's got this open. He's got some room on the right. He's got some room. He's got the punter to beat. He's going to catch a block it. He is still there, brought down at the 26-yard line. What a great return by Elijah Reed.
And unfortunately, we have a flag back here at the 40, and it's going to be holding on our corner. He kind of pushed the guy out of bounds and just kind of stand there and held him probably 3 or 4 yards out of bounds.
Those plays will begin to add up if you, especially if you knock out such a great run like that. Let's see, that's going to be around the 42-yard line, so still okay field position.
And then you lose 10 yards on that one, so it's going to put us at 32.
Yeah. So being at the 32 is still going to be okay field position, but nothing like they would have received on that first.
Yeah, and the stats aren't going to show that. Unfortunately, that's a 10-yard penalty, but really a 65-yard penalty.
Longhorns back on the offense. Man the shotgun, 2 receivers left, 2 right. Quick out to Durrell. They're going to drive him out at, let's say, the 38-yard line. Bringing up second down for the Longhorns. Got trips left.
You got your change of pace back,
right.
Xavier Zachary back in the backfield. Gonna
check down to Reed.
Oh, he's got some
space. got him down at the 44-yard line. That is going to be good for another bank first down for the Longhorns.
That was a great 18-yard reception right there.
Ty Tucker checking back in for the Longhorns.
And those receptions right there are what we were missing in the second half in the Lincoln Christian game. Being able to run read underneath and have that little somewhat shallow screen.
The end around for Reed on the left side. Hops up. Let's bring him down at about the, let's call that a 38-yard line. Looking 37. So where they're going to mark him, bring it up second down.
It wouldn't be a Jones High School football game if Elijah Reed does not try to hurdle someone.
We're going to bring Darrell in motion.
Fake the check. Oh, you have
Whoa.
Tucker deep.
Oh, and Saber's
got it
going to
away.
catch that. So a good little maneuver by May, getting tripped up, avoiding the pressure, but
Yeah, 2-yard loss on the play. If May had another second or a half, you had Ty Tucker wide open 25 yards down the field and nobody near him. It's just that he couldn't get the ball down there before he got tripped up.
that was good pressure the Bobcats brought on that play. Still third down for the Longhorns. May in the shotgun. Going to give that to Zachary.
Yep.
Good for a...
No gain on the play. It's going to
Yeah.
bring us up to fourth down. But once again, you're in that same area. Do you punt it? Try to pin him deep? Do you think that your defense can hold him and go for it?
Yeah, they're bringing in a kicker.
Yeah.
And let's see.
It's like May staying out there.
May's out there still.
Now, they have been known to let May kick it in a similar situation. We'll see if that's will do if they're going. And he's going to go. He's
he's
got
got-
it.
Oh!
We do have a flag. Don't know where at that point. That's not right at the line of scrimmage. So let's see what they're going to call here.
Came from the side edge down here.
This could be huge.
Looks like they're switching him out, so it looks like it's going to be on Jones. It'll be probably declined. Oh, no.
Offside.
Offsides on Star Spencer.
Looks like our chain gang was a little quick over there. They've already switched it to be a first down for Star Spencer.
Bring it back, fellas. Bring it back.
All right, the chain's not quite set, but they do head, and then May's going to get that, go forward, and good, strong tackling there by the Bobcats. Going to get back to the line of scrimmage, going to bring up a second down.
Take it to 33.
Second down for the Longhorns.
Yeah, maybe a half a yard.
Carson back in. I mean,
Corbin Cox back into the lineup for the Longhorns.
yeah, Carson did already.
Two receivers right, two receivers left. Cox sitting to May's side. May in the backfield. He gets that to Darrell. He's going to be brought down immediately. Going to blow it dead there.
Gonna lose a half yard, and we're back to 3rd and 10.
These Bobcats have done a good job of getting the first man down. The first man who gets to him gets him down.
Yeah, and I think we'll continue to kind of do these little, underpasses, draw them up, and then, here probably in a few plays we'll look for a deep pass, and hopefully we can connect on it.
May back in the shotgun. That pressure again, and they are going to get to him that time. All the way back to the 42-yard line, bringing up another 4th down for the Longhorns.
Yeah,
Emil Ranger on that sack, bringing the pressure.
Yeah, I know.
We're gonna have a timeout on the field, so let's have another commercial break. This is Jones High School football. Welcome back to the Jones Journal broadcast of Jones High School football. One of our sponsors is Bank First. The Jones Journal invites all our listeners to stop by your local Bank First to check out their incredibly low interest rates and all the benefits to loyal to checking account. Bank First, loyal to the Longhorns, loyal to you. May's going to get that, and he's going to pass
he's
it.
got it.
He's got a man. That is
Catch on the 1 yard line.
a catch to the 1 yard line. That is good for a Bank First. First down, Bank First, loyal to the Longhorns, loyal to you. First down and goal for the Longhorns.
Great catch by Emmett Murphy. Had to put us first and goal and putting us close to punching it in. You got Corbin Cox in there. I'm sure they'll play a little ground game right now.
Let's see what they do. May still in the shotgun.
Play action slant to Elijah.
Gonna hand it to Cox.
I think he's down right there at the goal line.
Half a yard.
Another half a yard to go. Second down.
Yeah, 4th and 15, and you make a pass to the goal line, a 45-yard pass. It's a great change of scenarios from what we were setting up.
Timeout.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Timeout on the field, looks like. There we go.
Okay, and we're starting back up.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter. Unless we punch it in.
And
When,
Carson's gonna run.
oh, he's in.
He's gonna get in.
Yep.
Touchdown, Longhorns. That is a Bank First touchdown. Loyal to the Longhorns, loyal to you.
Well, with 19 seconds left in the quarter, it's nice to be up, and we'll look to capitalize and put this extra point through too.
Left-footed kicker Zach Knox in for the Longhorns. Snap stolen. Kick is there. Kick is up. Kick is good. So now the score is 7-0. The Longhorns leading the Bobcats.
19 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
So just in time to get there. And after having 2 scoreless quarters against the Lincoln Christian last week, it's a welcome 7 points in the scoreboard for the good guys.
Certainly so, and I think the Daily Oklahoman has this game picked. I think whenever I went and looked at the scores today, it was 49-7. So we have a lot of scoring left to do.
So who's back there? Can't tell their numbers.
Knox back to kick for the Longhorns.
numbers are difficult to see on these jerseys. I'm trying to tell if we have 5, is that Washington back to receive?
That's a high
No,
kick.
number 8.
Probably
DeJuan
gonna
Moore.
roll out of bounds, and so the Bobcats will get good field position here.
They set the 35. Yeah.
First and 10 from the 35-yard line.
See if the defense can hold up once again. Wrapping up on the first hit.
And the Bobcats are coming out onto the field. Got about 18 seconds left on the play clock. Jackson trying to get his squad lined up for this play. Jackson in the shotgun.
24.
Immediate handoff. He's going to get quite a few, up to about the 42-yard line.
That's Deshaun Wheeler, number 24. This is going to be the last play of the quarter.
Yep. And that's it.
And that is the end of the first quarter. The Jones Longhorns 7, the Star Spencer Bobcats 0. This is the Jones Journal broadcast of Jones High School football, brought to you by Go Wireless. And something new we're trying here at the Jones Journal broadcast is the word of the week. That is, and our word of the week this week is tenuous. It means very weak or slight, very slender or fine, insubstantial. The word of the week is brought to you by Mrs. Neal's junior English class. And so the challenge for Chris and I is to work the word tenuous into our broadcast of Jones High School football. So, Mrs. Neal in your junior English class, I hope you're watching and have your ears peeled for our literary masterpiece that we'll try to put on display here tonight. The Bobcats will try to get a first down here. They've got it second. Jackson's going to get that right up the middle. He is hard to bring down. When he's going to get a first down there.
Yeah, I would say that tenuous is definitely not something that we would describe Jackson as. And I'll say that even their running back, you have Deshaun Wheeler that we talked about how big he was. And now I'm not making any direct comparisons, but there was a running back that we played a few years ago by the name of Devontae Lee from John Marshall. And the body size, like just by seeing this guy on the field, is who this reminds me of. Now he's obviously, like I said, I'm not making any direct comparisons as far as play, but
Tucker's going to come in, and he's going to...
Did
he lose the ball?
He threw that ball up.
And let's see if they're going to call that live.
that looks like, what do we have?
That is a Jones Kiwanis Club turnover. First down for the Longhorns. While we're talking about the Jones Kiwanis Club, the inaugural Jones Kiwanis Club disc golf tournament will be held at Beatty Mulhausen Park on October 10th. Registration is $35 before October 1st. Proceeds will benefit the park. Registration can be found on the Jones Kiwanis Facebook page. A big thank you to the Kiwanis Club for their sponsorship of Jones Journal, Jones High School football. And excited about the inaugural disc golf tournament. The new disc golf course they installed this summer. Just another addition to the town, and so the great work that the Kiwanis Club does.
Yeah, the Kiwanis Club, having those, the disc golf course put in over there, it's a great addition to the city park. to get people out and to enjoy it. Have the walking path, you have the pavilions, and then having something else now that people can come out and enjoy it's great.
More pressure on May, and he's going to fall forward, actually get a yard, but they are certainly getting into the backfield.
Yeah, I think that their size is definitely something that our line probably hasn't seen the first 3 games of the year, which is something that they're going to have to continue to deal with as we get deeper into district play. But being able to hold up and give Carson just 3 to 5 seconds to get the ball off is something that we got to do.
And sometimes we can do an end around to Elijah Reed. That's a help. He's going to get brought down around the 21-yard line. That is going to be good for a bank first down.
Yeah, Reed's just so dynamic. He's a key cog to this offense that they can't afford to lose. The last two games he's went out with injuries, and it's really been detrimental to this offense.
Got a quick out to Emmett Murphy. He's going to get a few yards down on the left side inside the 10-yard line. Second down not coming for the Longhorns. To counter that pressure, he's been getting it away pretty quickly these last few times, and it's resulted in some positive plays for the Longhorns. May's going to keep this one in the middle.
They're just so big on that defensive line, especially on the interior. It's hard for us to really do much on those quarterback draws. I think if Carson's going to get loose and run tonight, it's going to have to be on the outside.
And get to the edge. May in the shotgun. Cox to his right. May's going to come back. Oh, that is incomplete. Right around the 5-yard line. Going to bring up 4th down, and they will, no hesitation there, bring in Knox to try the field goal. Going to attempt a 23-yard field goal from the left hash. Caden Carl is the holder. There's the snap. It's good. And the kick is going to be short and to the right, no good. So the Longhorns are able to force the turnover, but unfortunately no points will come from that. And the Bobcats will get the ball back. About 9:19 left here in the second quarter.
Yeah, you got to capitalize on those, especially early on in the game. You have to really put the points on the board to give yourself that cushion. Something that some of the viewers may not know is that when you kick a field goal inside the 20 and you miss it on the turnover, it comes out as essentially almost like a touchback. So it's that's why the ball's placed back on the 20.
And that is a kick that Knox can make, and so I think the coaches will probably want to get him another opportunity to do that, but that's definitely one that he can get and has shown the ability to do. Star Spencer's going to get that again. They're going to get a few yards.
Yeah.
Find him there on
and
the right side.
And Torion Smith was the running back on that one, number 17.
Braden Martin on the tackle, pushing him out of bounds.
Yeah, Knox, the kicker, had, up until this, he'd only had one attempt previously on a field goal, but he'd made that one as his first field goal miss. And he's been excellent as far as extra points on the year. I think at this current time, he's like 12 out of 14. So he's very reliable. Being able to make those kicks is something that will pay dividends as we move later into the year.
Jackson with a quick pass that is incomplete, bringing up 3rd down for the Bobcats.
This could be a big stop for the Longhorns here. Get the ball back and go score before the half.
As the sun goes down and the lights are turned on here Friday night in Jones, America. Jackson in the backfield. Rolling to his left. And they're going to bring him down.
He did not make the same mistake as he made last time. It looked like he was getting ready to try to find a way to get rid of the ball and just held on to it and took the sack, which was a smart move on his part because as last time it turned into a fumble and a recovery for the Jones Longhorns. And as you mentioned the lights and everything, I wanted to give a throwback shout out to the great Gary England as we talk about it and we always say it's a Friday night
Friday
in
night
the big town, and we do a little fist bump. I don't know if he's trademarked that, but we're gonna say it anyway.
And Star Spencer is going to take a timeout, and we will keep it here while we do that, but we will take the time to recognize another one of our sponsors, the Overman Legal Group. The Overman Legal Group wishes all the student athletes a safe and successful season. Visit overmanlegal.com to see why Overman Legal is Oklahoma's top-rated law firm. Go Longhorns!
It's almost like he practiced that.
Almost. You know, it's going to be hard for the viewers at home to see this with the shot that we have. But Star Spencer, their helmets, they have the Lone Star on them, akin to the Dallas Cowboys helmets. Don't know if our cameras at home are gonna pick that up, but you can see that there with the blue and silver and white color scheme for the Bobcats.
Well, hopefully they don't have any miraculous comeback like the Cowboys did this last weekend. That was, that onside kick.
Stat that I heard from the Cowboys play-by-play man is that 93% of onside kicks in the NFL are unsuccessful. And Reed is going to have some room. One man to beat. Turn that horn loose. Touchdown, Longhorns. That's a big first touchdown. That's a touchdown for Elijah Reed. No flags.
38-yard touchdown for Elijah Reed on the punt return. And as we talked, he's a playmaker that they have to have on the field. They have to have him.
They have to have that. And there was really only one. There was great coverage. There was only one Bobcat that even had a remote opportunity to get to him there. But Reed's athleticism, his nose for the ball, nose with just a rich way to go was great there. That's a momentum-changing play right there for the Longhorns. Knocks in for the extra point. Kick is up. And kick is no good. So that's going to lead the score 13-0. Got about 8 minutes left here in the first half.
It looked like he just pulled that just straight left, which is uncharacteristic of most of the kicks we've seen from him. So, sure he'll go back over here to the kicking net and get that fixed. Looks like we got Moore and number 80, which I don't have a name for on their roster, back deep to receive.
Knox back to kick. Good solid kick. That's going to go over the head of that man. That will be a touchback.
Yeah, Moore tried to catch it, didn't gain control of it, and went through the end zone. That'll bring us out to the 20-yard line.
The last couple of series, the Longhorns have been able to get some pretty good pressure on Jackson, and that is we had the one turnover, but we also had another pretty significant sack. So let's see what they do here.
Yeah, and the turnover was going to be, I mean, if he didn't fumble the ball, it would have been another big lost sack as well. So so they've been able to really get pressure. As we talked about the first of the game, passing is not Star Spencer's forte. Maybe we could use that as a word of the week sometime. But and so running the ball is what they're used to doing, and that's how they've been successful the first part of the year. So go ahead.
Yeah, and we'll that's why it's important for the Longhorns if they can get out in front, because if you put Star Spencer in that situation where they feel like they need to pass, that gets them out of their comfort zone, gets them out of what they've worked on, what they're comfortable with, what their bread and butter is, and so now. Ooh, you get hit right at the line of scrimmage. Jackson has been lined up under center the last two snaps, which in today's spread college or football, that almost feels like a trick play.
Right. You don't see a pro-style offense anymore, for sure. It's usually the spread, shotgun, wildcat most of the time, with some of the athletes that they're putting back in the backfield, which look like linebackers.
Jackson will be back in the shotgun this time. He's got three receivers on his left, one right. We've got another timeout, so we will take this moment and recognize our sponsors here on the Jones Journal broadcast of Jones High School football. Well, one aspect of the experience here tonight, since the band can't play live, they are playing band music over the speakers, which really has brought a little bit more of the high school atmosphere to it, Chris. Just kind of gives you that feel of the drum line.
Oh, certainly. Nick Cannon out in the middle of the field just playing the drums off the drum line. We're also old enough to watch that movie.
Third down upcoming for the Bobcats. Jackson back in the shotgun. He's going to be looking. He's got some time. He's going to throw that long. It is picked off. That is picked off. He's going to hit that midfield. Ready the 40, 35-30. Make a cut 25-20. He's still on his feet. He's going to get brought down at the 15-yard line. Cameron Sweat on the interception and a great return. That is a Jones Kiwanis Club turnover, and that's going to be first down and 10 for the Longhorns from the 15-yard line.
It was a great play, a great tip. You know, the receiver wasn't really in the area, which we talked about. Once you get Star Spencer behind the chains on 3rd and long, 4th down, this passing the ball is not what they want to do. They want to be able to run with Jackson.
Got Reed on the end around.
Oh, nice move.
Oh, there he is.
Nice move.
He's going to make some move.
We're down to 1st and goal.
That is a bank first down, 1st and goal for the Longhorns.
Yeah, they don't want to have to pass the ball. Like last week, they played Capitol Hill, and they beat Capitol Hill 46-0. And they had 228 rushing yards and 57 passing yards. They want to run the ball. Also, their defense was a little bit different because Capitol Hill had a negative 25 yards on the entire game.
That not going to win a lot of games that way. Cox is going to walk straight into the end zone. That is a bank first touchdown. Last time the Longhorns forced a turnover, got 0 points. It's good to get the 6 points on the board there, Chris.
Yeah, and you keep scoring, you keep putting on them, and it's demoralizing, obviously, for Star Spencer because 3 minutes ago this was a 7-0 game. At 9 minutes left in the first half, it was 7-0, and in the last 3 minutes on the board, we put up going on 13 points once Zach makes this.
And that's going to be blocked. And so the score will remain Longhorns 19, Bobcats 0.
That's a tough one right there for Knox because there's really nothing he could do about that. They had a jailbreak right through the center on that block, which is something that we've talked about for the last few weeks, and something that Coach Martin's going to continue to probably harp on with the team is special teams play. That's been one of the areas that could see the most improvement, whether that be punting. Looks like we're actually having good snaps now because I think whenever we played Luther, we had 3 or 4 punts that got blocked or were, we had to end up falling on because of poor snaps. Tonight we've had some good snaps. It's just we just got to secure that line so that Zach has the ability to take his time and make those kicks.
Knox back there at his own 40-yard line, getting ready for the kick. Here's the approach. Good, solid kick. It's going to be dropped. And he's going to have that up at the 5. Met right there. Let's call him down at the 10-yard line. That is not where you want to start if you're Star Spencer. Trying to climb out of a 19-0 hole.
And number 80 was the one that returned that. I don't have his name number, but yeah, you can't make those plays and drop that ball right that deep and expect to have a good return. Great job by the Jones Longhorns for swarming on that and getting down there and making a good tackle.
Bringing up 1st down and 10 for the Bobcats. Slow to make it up to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Star Spencer's going to need to, for them to really make a run here, they've got to put some points on the board. The margin of error is very tenuous here. So
They get the playoff right before the play clock goes off. Herd of Longhorns on the tackle.
it's a great tackle because if you let Jackson loose or try to take him one-on-one, he's so big and so strong. It's tough for them to stop him.
Chris, the last game that we called together was that Luther game, which lasted till about 10:30. And with all the runs we've had here tonight, it's not even 8 o'clock yet, and we're only got 5 minutes left until halftime.
Yeah, not only and part of that was the flags. I think we had, it was like 20 or 30 flags during that game between both teams. And then it took 10 minutes for the referee to announce whatever the penalty was. They were having to confer back and forth. Held up the game a lot. Yeah, we're definitely moving at a much better clip tonight.
High snap that's fielded. He's running for his life. Oh, and he gets brought down right about the 12-yard line.
the defense is playing really well tonight.
Comes down to understanding your assignments and following through. Here's another third down upcoming for the Bobcats, 3rd and long. We've had 2 turnovers and a sack the last 3 times the Bobcats have been in this situation. So let's see if the Longhorns can provide that pressure again.
Yeah, 3-man front, so they're not really bringing pressure, setting back, and
that's going to be incomplete. This will give Elijah Reed for another return, because he's going to be standing at about his 36-yard line. Or excuse me, at the Bobcat 36-yard line.
Yeah, so as long as Reed fields the punt cleanly, you're guaranteed good position. As long as you don't drop it and muff it and let the other team gain control of it, then, even starting at 35 is great position.
He might not get a chance to field that. Takes a Longhorn bounce, is going to fall dead right around the Bobcat 30-yard line. So even though Reed did not get that chance, still, you cannot beat this field position.
Yeah, I think the last 5 possessions that the Longhorns have started with the ball have been inside their opponent's 50, which is always a good starting position.
When you've got the talented playmakers on offense that can really create that separation. So let's see what the Carson May and the Longhorns can do. May in the shotgun.
Change the pace back. Zachary back there with him.
We've seen Zachary in there quite a bit this evening. Emmett Murphy.
Great catch.
With the catch. That's a bank first. Touchdown for the Longhorns.
He's becoming a real playmaker.
I think we talked about earlier, Carson getting that finesse pass, that touch pass, and that right there was the perfect example of him hitting Murphy in stride. Didn't have to slow down, didn't have to stop, right over the top of the cornerback. It was well defended. There was just nothing the corner could do.
There's a snap. Kick is up.
Now we're back.
The kick is good. So that is going to bring the score Longhorns 26, Bobcats 0. 4 minutes and 14 seconds left here until halftime. So that's about a 19-point burst in about 5 minutes of game time, Chris.
And we've left 5 points on the board. I mean, we missed 2 extra points and a field goal. So, yeah, I mean, offensive explosion, which is what we're used to seeing out of this team in the regular season most years, kind of finally coming around and just putting points up at rapid paces.
And the Bobcats have had trouble the last 2 kickoffs. A little bit of indecision on fielding the kickoffs and put them in a bad situation. So let's see how they're handled this.
Yeah, you got number 80 back and then DeJuan Moore as well. So make it back over to 80 again.
He will field that. Bring it out to the 5. 10 in the cut. He's going to get hit there by a herd of Longhorns at about the 12-yard line.
The Longhorns are making it down the field really quick. Star Spencer, the coach, I think he fielded the ball at the 1-yard line. That's something that at the high school level, they probably, I think, whenever we played back in the day, they'd tell us if it was inside the 10, you left it alone on that kickoff and just kind of let it roll into the end zone, or catch it on the bounce and then take that touchback, because making it out is pretty tough. When you have a kicker that can put the ball on the goal line, like the Longhorns do, it's a huge change of field position for a team when they can do that.
So the Bobcats coming out on the field. About 4 minutes left here until halftime. Bringing one receiver out on the right side. Excuse me, 2 right, 2 left. Jackson in the shotgun. Immediate handoff, and he is met in the backfield. This is the Longhorn defense has played lights out tonight.
Yeah, that was number 7, Thompson, on the carry, and every running back that they've seemed to put back there, the Longhorns have just swarmed to it. Looks like we got a player down for Star Spencer.
Cramp, maybe.
As his coaches come out and look there, we're going to take another break and recognize our sponsors. This is the Jones Journal broadcast of Jones High School football. We are back. The looks like the player is feeling okay.
Yeah, it looks like it was Tradeon Thompson. He was actually the one that carried the ball. It was probably a cramp, which we spoke about earlier. Is so many of Star Spencer's players are two-way players that playing a lot of plays, and especially with the pace that Jones has been moving the ball on defense, they're just probably getting tired and worn out.
That's definitely going to be the case. You have to think the Bobcats would want to get something going here, but also look forward to the rest at halftime.
Surprised they haven't run their quarterback more.
Jackson back in the shotgun for the Bobcats. 2 receivers right, 1 receiver left. He's going to get that. Run over to the left side. It's going to take a whole herd of Longhorns to bring him down. Strong runner.
Yeah, I'll say I would venture to say that Coach Martin's scouting report has told every guy on the defense this is the second that one of the Longhorns gets their hands on him just to wrap up and hold on and wait for your teammates to get there to get this guy down.
A strong runner. Still the most impressive run tonight was the tight end / punter on the fake on that first drive. I mean, he fell forward 3 or 4 yards.
Right. Yeah, he was hit behind the line and still got the first down on a 4th and 5 or 6.
3rd down and long. This has been a trouble for the Bobcats.
Hand off to Wheeler.
He's not going to get there.
24. Yeah, Deshaun Wheeler, 24.
With 4th down coming up, another great opportunity for field position coming up for the Longhorns.
We got a timeout by Jones with 2:08 remaining in the half.
So 2:08, and we'll keep it here.
Yeah, Wheeler, 24. I know we spoke about it earlier, but Devontae Lee from what was it?
John Marshall.
John Marshall. When we played him in the, I think it was the state finals or state semifinals a couple years back. This Wheeler, his thighs are so big. It reminds me of him. Now, I remember that whenever Jones played him a couple years ago, I think half of our team had to have shoulder surgery after that game. Trying to tackle him because he would just smash people. Fortunately, Wheeler tonight is not running like Devontae Lee did, but they do resemble each other a lot. Got a good turnout here for senior night.
Yeah, just it is hard to gauge because you do notice the little gaps where people are spreading out a little bit, maybe more than they would in a typical year, but still quite a good turnout for the Longhorns.
Yeah, I think what we miss most is the band. You know, the student section, there's quite a few students here, but with that gap where the band is usually at and the music playing and the rowdiness is just isn't there to what we're used to.
Basketball girls.
4th and 2. Looks like they're going to go for it.
Under center. Quarterback sneak.
And
I don't think he can get
Penn's
be
going to land
close.
on the spot.
maybe on the second push there.
It's just
So where, let's see, at about the
gonna measure it.
24-yard line. Unfortunately, the Jones Journal were not able to provide the yellow line for the first down marker.
we don't have a measurement sponsor either.
Yeah.
We need a sponsor to
Yeah.
whenever they have to come out and measure. That happens so often.
Yeah.
That's worth about
Money
$5
well spent right there.
Yeah.
And, oh yeah.
Just
He's
barely
gonna
got the first down.
barely get that. You can tell from the Longhorn reaction that that's going to be short.
You know, it looked at the very first. You know, they had 4th and 2. Looked like they were going to stop him, but you know, he just kept pushing those legs, and he is 6'1" and 220, 215, and he just kind of fell forward and got that extra yard and a half.
Backfield.
It's another one where you had him tackle the backfield and find some way to spin off and make a no gain out of it, what should have been a negative.
You don't hear many times you say that was a really impressive no gain, but that should have been a 2 or 3 yard loss, and he just kept his legs moving.
Which the Jones defense, you know, as long as we can keep them behind the chains, get to, you know, 3rd and long, you have Star Spencer out of their comfort level.
Bobcats are coming up with trips right, 1 receiver left. Got a flag from the back judge. That maybe a delay of game.
Yep.
In the waning moments of this first half.
Yeah, 106 remaining in the half. It's tough for them. I mean, if Jones gets to stop here, you know?
Quarterback run up the middle. Stop in about the 22. Going to bring up 3rd down and 10.
Get one more play, see what they do. If they run it, do you mean maybe they, you know, Coach Martin calls timeout to make them punt it and to see if we can get another return for the end of the first half?
About 18 seconds left on the play clock. The Bobcats really have seemed content to let the play clock run down.
Yeah, there's about 20-second difference between game clock and play clock. So maybe here you get a timeout from Coach Martin, force a punt, or you just content and take it in at the half at 26-0. It looks like that'll be the last play of the half.
Okay. With the score 26-0, the Longhorns leading. That's going to be halftime. We will take a 20-minute break, and we will be back here for the 3rd quarter. This is the Jones Journal broadcast of Jones High School football, brought to you by Go Wireless. All right, we're just about ready for the second half to kick off, but first we have the first half stats that we'd give you. Rushing the ball, pretty even, 42 for Jones, 40 for Star Spencer. Passing the ball, 125 yards for the Longhorns and only 11 for the Bobcats. So it's going to bring the total yardage to 167 and 51. Now, not the gaudy numbers that we're used to seeing from the Longhorns, but this is a unique situation where we've had a special teams touchdown. We've had a interception brought down really close into Longhorn territory, and you've had another drive start inside the 30. And so while the yards aren't as high as we would expect to see, but when you have a 26-0 lead, you don't really have to have all the yards. And so a pretty dominant performance by the Longhorns in that first half, especially allowing a talented and athletic Star Spencer team only 51 total yards in the first half. So that is definitely a good showing from the Longhorns. Welcome back to the Jones Journal broadcast of Jones High School football, brought to you by Go Wireless. Go Wireless is Oklahoma's premier wireless internet. Check out their website, go-wireless.us. Go Wireless says go Longhorns. The Horns will be kicking off to start the second half here, ahead 26-0 as we kick off in the third quarter.
You got Knox set to kick the ball off. You got, I believe it is number 8 and number 80 back.
That is fielded in the end zone, and that's a touchback. Solid kick by Zach Knox to get that going.
You know, it's on the high school level, it's a great asset to have a kicker that can put the ball into the end zone on your kickoff. It can neutralize a lot of these really skilled players in high school that they put back to return, having that and being able to neutralize that by kicking in the end zone is a great asset for the Longhorns.
And especially against a team like Star Spencer tonight, who's really struggled to move the ball. If you can get them pinned deep, not having good field position throughout the evening, that can be the game changer. So a great special teams play and a good kicking there. Jackson is under center again. Drive to middle, Wheeler for about 5 yards.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if Star Spencer just comes out and tries to essentially hand the ball off and run it straight up the middle and just kind of pound it down the field and see how that works, rather than trying to do some of the passing game they started out with at the first of the game that really wasn't their style of offense.
Got them in some bad situations, a couple of turnovers. Jackson is in the shotgun this time. Got 3 receivers right, 1 receiver left. Ty Tucker's showing pressure.
Tucker's coming on the blitz. Had an early show.
And that is a bad snap. Tucker's going after there. He's going to fall on it. That is going to be a Jones Kiwanis Club turnover. Ty Tucker was showing that pressure from the very beginning, and it was a bad snap, and he had a nose right for that ball. And the Longhorns will get tremendous field position here in their first possession of the second half.
Yeah, it was a great call defensively. But there's really not much you can do whenever that ball snapped, 6 foot over the quarterback's head. All he tried to do was just try to fall on it. And the Longhorns get the ball on the 13-yard line, and like we talked about, or like you spoke about on their first half stats, is that we may not have a ton of yardage, but Corbin Cox.
That is good for a bank first touchdown. Corbin Cox right up the middle.
He actually had a little spin move.
Yeah.
What button's that on the PS2?
That's the circle button, Chris.
Okay.
So 32-0 in the early moments here in the third quarter.
But like we talked about, on the first half stats, is that we don't have our offensive numbers tonight aren't the big passing yards and rushing yards, just because we haven't had the need for that. We've had a short field the whole time. Now, unfortunately, we have another kick blocked on a field goal, or extra point. So that's something they can work on. But offensively, everything else seems to be clicking.
So that's going to leave the score 32-0. Probably not the start the Bobcats envisioned playing for the third quarter.
No, certainly not. I mean, the second quarter was really, what broke the game open. I think we were 7-0 at the end of the first quarter.
That's right. And it was and even a few minutes into the second quarter.
Right. Yeah. What we talked about earlier. 9 minutes left in the first half. It was 7-0, and then they had that spout of just a couple touchdowns. We even mixed the field goal and the 2 extra points. We left 5 points on the board and just kind of took off from there and got it to 26-0 for halftime, and then picked right up where we left off. Defense playing great, offense moving the ball.
Knox back again. Another high, deep kick. This one will be fielded right around the goal line. Got a good burst of speed, and he's got some room on the run.
One more.
What a trip there at the 39-yard line, or that Bobcat would have been on the loose. That is the spark I think they've been looking for all night. He had room there on that left side and showed great speed and a good save.
Right, and it goes back to just talking about the opening kickoff on the second half, how Knox put the ball in the end zone, and it didn't allow Moore to get his hands on the ball. Moore's an athlete, and when he gets an open field, they're difficult to tackle, and it shows right there where they start with the ball on the 40 versus the ball on the 20.
See how the Bobcats respond here. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Jackson in the shotgun. Man in motion. He's coming back. There's some pressure. Oh, it's going to be incomplete. He had a man open. Dietrich Moore. But that was incomplete. 2nd and 10 from the 40.
That's Digital Scout Online. You can do it. That's awesome. We can do it.
Yeah, and Dietrich Moore right there, number 2. In some of the prior games, watching their film, he's been their go-to receiver. I've been surprised not to see him more involved tonight. We got Tucker coming again on the blitz.
Run 17.
Oh, my. It was a great tackle. Looks like there's Corbin Cox on the tackle.
He flew right in. It'll be 3rd down and 11 upcoming for the Bobcats. Yeah, Tucker was showing that pressure again on that left side. It's given them fits all night. 2 turnovers resulted from that so far tonight.
Looks like you're going to drop in coverage, only bring 3. Going to play it safe. Oh.
And
Oh,
a tip drill. He's going to be
Malik
brought
Smith
down.
on the catch. You got a flag on the play, but it's going to be probably an incidental face mask.
That's what I'm thinking. Malik Smith caught that ball on the tip and got all the way down to the Longhorn 31-yard line. I do think you're correct. They're going to call this as the 5-yard variety, the face mask.
Yeah.
They'll decline that and take the gain. I guess they
they'll
tack it on.
5
Tack
yards.
it on 5.
Yeah.
26-yard line. It's been few and far between that we've seen the Bobcats make it into Longhorn territory, so let's see how the defense can hold up here.
Yeah, I know. Even on that play, I didn't see what number it was, but I think it was one of our defensive ends, had Jackson in the backfield and just kind of let him slip away, and then we had the incidental face mask. If you would have held on to him and brought him down, that play would have never happened.
Back on the ground again, and Smith has nowhere to go.
That was a Max Wynn, number 10, breaking through there on the tackle.
Loss of 5.
Get a 5-yard loss. It'll bring us to 2nd and 15.
6. They do that.
Jackson in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. He's rolling out to the left. He's looking. He's going to get brought down, pushed out of bounds at about the 30-yard line.
Good defensive play.
There have been a few of these snaps tonight that the only way I can describe it is it kind of has an awkward arch to it. The shotgun snap goes a little higher in the air than you're expected to see, and it kind of throws off the rhythm. We've seen a few of those tonight.
Yeah, every one of their punts has been, like their deep snap has been kind of a rainbow snap, and we're starting to see that on their just on the regular shotgun, which will eventually lead to what we saw earlier, which was that snap way over the head.
Oh, nice. Nope.
Oh, he was hit as he threw. That is going to fall incomplete. Short for Dietrich Moore. Actually, take that back. That is DeJuan Moore.
Yeah, and it's, Jackson just, passing is not something that they want to do all the time. And especially if you're being, chased and rushed the entire time, it's hard for him to set his feet and make an accurate throw.
4th down upcoming for the Bobcats.
3 down linemen. Looks like they're going to play zone coverage.
We've got
Had Jackson early.
Throws it up.
That is going to be incomplete, broken up in the end zone.
That was for Dietrich Moore. That'll be a turnover. We'll give the Kiwanis credit on this, right?
Yeah, that's good for Kiwanis. Turnover. Carter Cranford, defensive back, there on the defensive play, holding the shutout. And we do thank you for your joining us here tonight. As I'm looking at the sidelines, I see Channel 5, their cameraman out. So if you, after you get off the broadcast with us, if you tune into Channel 5, looks like they're going to have some highlights from our game here tonight. May has plenty of
Deep
time.
right here.
Deep to Elijah Reed. He's got it. He trips and falls down at the 35, or he would have been gone. That's good for a bank first down.
And a 35-yard completion right there from May to Reed, which shows us when we get the ball, on the other side of the 50, we're able to move it. We just haven't had to do that much tonight, which is a great problem to have.
Zachary, again, in the pistol formation right now. Pass complete out to the right, but that's going to be for no gain. Going to bring up second down and 10.
Who was that? Number two.
Caden Carl on the reception.
Kicker / receiver.
May in the shotgun. Got Murphy to this left. Ooh, it looks like we had a couple of Longhorns moving. I think we're going to go back 5 yards on this.
I think everyone on the team except the center knew the count.
This has been a pretty disciplined game for the Longhorns, especially when you compare this to the Luther game a few weeks ago. Fewer penalties, and so it really makes a huge difference.
Yeah, I think even trying to look back at our stats, but I think we had quite a few penalties even last week. We had.
May got the quick completion. Oh,
What?
Yeah, last week Jones had 8 penalties.
So, if you missed that, Max Wynn had the completion, and it looked like he tried to pitch the ball to Emmett Murphy as he was being
Bounce
tackled.
back to him.
That could have been disastrous, but the Longhorns do maintain it's going to be third down and short.
I'm sure Coach Martin and the crew will not be all that excited about watching that one on film.
May is hit as he throws, but that is going to be complete.
Turn
that horn.
Oh, he stepped on the line.
He stepped. They're going to call him. I was too quick on that. That will still be a bank first down.
Who was that?
It's Trey Durrell.
Number 5.
Trader getting involved again. The Jones Journal invites all our listeners to stop by our local Bank First to check out their incredibly low interest rates on all the benefits of the loyalty checking account. Bank First, loyal to the Longhorns, loyal to you.
Zachary on the carry.
Kept those legs moving, got a few extra yards. Second down upcoming for the Longhorns. May had some pressure, but he's going to get out of that. Throws to the back of the end zone. Touchdown Longhorns.
Trey Durrell.
Another Trey Durrell touchdown. That is a bank first touchdown for the Longhorns. 38-0.
5:45 left in the third quarter. See if we can get this extra point situation ironed out right here.
Down, the kick is up. The kick is good. So with about 5 minutes left in the third quarter, Jones 39, Star Spencer 0. While we're waiting, let's go ahead and thank the Jones Kiwanis Club. The inaugural Jones Kiwanis Club Disc Golf Tournament will be held at Beatty Mulhausen Park on October 10th. Registration is $35 before October 1st. Proceeds will benefit the park. Registration can be found on the Jones Kiwanis Facebook page. The disc golf tournament will be open to all ages, and different entry prizes given to the first participants for both the under 16 and the over 16 age categories.
Matt, you a disc golf player?
Yeah, I used to play in college. Boomer Lake in Stillwater. Played plenty of times.
Go Pokes.
And that's going to be fielded in the end zone for a touchback.
Throw that one out there for those people that didn't know where Boomer Lake was. It's actually in Stillwater, Oklahoma.
Yes, that's true.
Always confusing to me.
And the Stillwater Pioneers, their mascot is a wagon, and just other confusing things. But then you have Norman, whose high school is orange and black, and so you do see a couple of Norman Stillwater crossovers. Speaking of Norman and Stillwater, can you believe tomorrow is September 26th, and it will be the first college football Saturday that both the Cowboys and Sooners are in the action on the same day?
Yeah, I mean, and it's nice to see, at least college football, and we have the Pac-12. Well, I don't know if they've decided if they're coming back yet, but you have the Big Ten, the MAC,
17.
some of the other conferences getting back in and playing, which looks like we'll get to have some more football on Saturday.
Terrius Pollard for the Bobcats tried to get a few extra yards, and he was brought down by a herd of Longhorns, and it's going to be a loss on the play. Bringing up second down.
Yeah, it's Star Spencer. Lots of hands on the hips. You can tell they're tired. It's tough when you're down 39-0. And they just need some type of positive gain here to kind of keep the wheels going, or it looks like the Longhorns are going to hold them again on defense.
1 second left on the play clock. There's another one of those rainbow snaps, and Jackson is going to be brought down around the 9-yard line.
It's just nothing going right now. And it's tough for Jackson to take that snap. I mean, every snap the last two series have been, almost, he's had to jump to catch them, which he's done a great job of that, other than the one that was sailed over his head. But, whenever your first two steps that normally would either be a drop back or a handoff are made trying to jump up to catch a ball, it makes it very difficult. And it also makes a great pass rush for the Jones defense to be able to get in there and get a tackle behind the line.
Looks like a little bit of confusion on the Bobcats formation. Got about 3 seconds left to get the play off and make it in time. It's going to be Smith again. Well short of the first down.
Yeah, it's going to be 4th and half a mile. With the score on the scoreboard is, you'd say, think about going for it, but where the position you're at, you can't do it. You just can't hand the ball over to Jones on the 15-yard line.
Well, we'll see what the Bobcats do. They're going to take a timeout, and so we will take a timeout as well to thank our sponsors. All right, here we're back for fourth down for the Bobcats. Their punter / tight end, James Reed, is back there.
You got Elijah Reed back to return. Reed to Reed.
Elijah Reed fields that, and he is brought down immediately. Excellent field position coming up for the Longhorns, but Reed did have to pay for that.
Yeah, he might want to wave his hand up in the air next time.
Malik Smith with the tackle for the Bobcats. Carson May in the shotgun. 2 receivers left, 2 right. May's going to go back. He's got some time. Throwing that deep. He is too far for Darrell.
Yeah, I was into triple coverage. It was nice to take a shot, but that probably not a ball that Coach Martin will recommend to be thrown again.
I agree on that. It's excuse me, I believe that was Caden Carl who was the receiver.
Digital scout.
Trips left, 1 receiver right. Zachary's going to go out on the right side. Quick pass brought down immediately. They're going to lose about a yard on that, bringing up 3rd down for the Longhorns.
Who is that? 5?
Yeah,
Trey Darrell with the reception. Corbin Cox coming back in. We've seen Zachary out quite a bit this evening.
Yeah, I mean, he's, getting him some experience. He's young. He's a sophomore, kind of underclassman. You have Corbin, which...
The Longhorns had the screen set up for Cox, but May's just going to overthrow him. That's going to be a little bit too tall.
Yeah, I was going to say Mr. Reliable, Corbin, but that was kind of a little bit high screen, but a pass that he normally catches that sets up. But, it's great early on this season, couple games in, to get some of those underclassmen, some of the experience, especially in a game like this where, it's not over, but it's getting to a point where it's out of reach. For a team that's having trouble moving the ball to get some experience for your underclassmen.
4th down. May's got Elijah Reed wide open. That's going to be a bank first touchdown for the Longhorns.
Another 36-yard pass.
2:30 left here in the 3rd quarter. That's going to be Longhorns 45, Bobcats 0.
And that pass will put Carson May over 230 yards passing on the day.
Oh, another bad snap.
Oh, face mask.
Oh, there's the flag.
And so this is a unique play right here. So you had the bad snap picked up by Caden Carl. While he was being tackled, it looks like they got him on the face mask. So I believe the Longhorns should get another opportunity here.
wasn't the accidental face mask. Let's see if we can figure out this extra point issue that we've been having tonight.
Ball's down. Kick is up. Kick is good. It's going to bring the score to Longhorns 46, Bobcats 0.
Well done.
Pretty close to that 49-7.
It is very close to the Daily Oklahoman's prediction of 49-7. We just need to we'll keep that shutout.
Amazing to think that at one point that seemed out of reach. But
Yeah.
The Longhorns were able to blow that open pretty quickly. Longhorns to kick one more time. Zachary Knox. Back, ready to kick. It'll be a line drive kick. It's going to bounce into the end
Perfect.
zone. Another
Perfect kick.
touchback.
Good job.
I'll take that every day. It wasn't pretty, but it does the job.
That's all you need it to do.
As long as you can keep the ball out of a skilled player's hand and in the open field, and that's exactly what Knox's kick did to start there. You could tell he came off the field kind of disappointed in the kick, but a touchback's a touchback.
Bobcat offense taking the field once again at about the 2-minute mark here in the third quarter. Jackson back in the shotgun one more time.
Another high
Another
snap.
high snap. Moore able to get over on the right side. Smith, I apologize. Entry on Smith. And a carry for the Bobcats. Two receivers left, two right for the Bobcats. Jackson gets the shotgun snap. Smith over to the right side. Herd of Longhorns on the stop.
Defense has played very well tonight. 5 turnovers. So we got 2 fumbles and 3 interceptions.
I mean, anytime
No,
you can
sorry,
hold
3 turnovers. Sorry.
hold a district opponent to 0 points.
Fourth down again, deep in your own territory.
And these waning moments here in the third quarter.
I think that Star Spencer's in a position where they're probably just going to go for it. It's 4th and 3. But it's obviously a difficult position to be in because they're going to try to keep the ball. But if you don't get it here, you're essentially handing Jones the ball inside your 30 once again.
4 seconds left in the play clock. They get it off just in time again. A tenuous and unsuccessful attempt at a fourth down. And that's going to be a Jones Kiwanis Club turnover on downs.
You got 13 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Jones offense going to trot out here. We'll see if May and the first team is still in there, but we're probably getting close to mop up time to let some of the youngsters get some good game time experience.
And into the third.
And that will do it for the third quarter. And so let's take a moment to thank our sponsors.
That's awesome.
Welcome back to the Jones Journal broadcast of Jones High School football. The Overman Legal Group wishes all the student athletes a safe and successful season. Visit overmanlegal.com to see why Overman Legal is Oklahoma's top-rated law firm. Go Longhorns!
Well, at the start of the fourth quarter, it looks like we have Jones offense has 290 yards of total offense. It's like, the time of possession normally is very indicative of, what the game looks like. But, Jones has had the ball for 12 minutes and 45 seconds, and Star Spencer's had it for 22 minutes. So that's definitely not the case tonight.
New quarterback out there for the Longhorns, number 14, Clayton Creasy, 5'11", 150-pound quarterback.
A freshman, and we hand it off to a sophomore. So getting some underclassmen, some really good game time experience.
The entire fourth quarter, the spare.
Flanked out as your receivers, you have number 21, Braden Scott, a freshman. Number 25, Trip Elric, a freshman. You got a freshman quarterback, so this is a great experience for these guys.
It's one of the things that Coach Martin said a few weeks ago that's valuable about getting some of these youngsters some time to get out on the field is that you think about some of the senior leadership, the Ty Tuckers, the Elijah Reeds, Corbin Coxes of the world. They all got that early experience, and they were underclassmen, and that has led to them having this experience. And so the players that you see now making plays, getting a chance on varsity, could be your starters here in a couple of years.
Certainly, another run by Zachary. You have two more freshmen on the opposite side out of your receiver positions. You have number 1, Mason Weir, and number 24, Connor Clark. So you have.
Zachary looked like he was shaken up a little bit, favoring that.
Cramping?
Right leg.
Well, that right leg a little bit. Can't tell if it's a cramp.
Dead leg. It's like Dakota Calvert, another freshman coming into. So your entire skill set right now, your entire skill position is nothing. You have 6 freshmen. So, and there's nothing that can replace game time experience. You can give them all the reps they can get in practice, which they're probably getting scout team reps, and getting this actual experience is incredibly invaluable.
Creasy's going to pass.
Oh,
Dangerous pass. Falls incomplete. Lucky that one was not intercepted.
He had Scott open, just kind of overthrew him a little bit. Didn't set his feet as he rolled out. It's just stuff that, as you get experience, that you'll learn that, just to take that extra half second and set your feet and make that strong throw right to your receiver. And as the defense comes out, it also looks like we have a new set of players as well. And just the amount of depth is so valuable to Jones. I mean, if Star Spencer were in the same situation that Jones were in right now, as you look across the sidelines, they don't have the ability to do this. They're, like we talked about earlier in the game, both of their players, or most of their players, are two-way players, and it's difficult for them to get those extra players out there.
And even with this, more that Bryce King freshman comes in. Plenty of sets of fresh legs. Jackson get the snap. Gonna hand that to Smith. Smith's gonna keep running. This herd of Longhorns is there. I think we're gonna get another face mask. Yeah.
It's a good run by Smith.
It's been close all evening to getting to that second level. But once again, credit the Longhorn defense. They're going to get a personal foul in that, so we're just going to tack on 15 yards to the end of that run.
Yeah, I think when you see that head turn just a little bit, the fact that we could see it up here, it was pretty evident that head turned. And it may not have been intentional, but it does move it.
It's going to get the Bobcats about an inch into Longhorn territory. Yeah, I think you had three different officials throw the flag there, so a pretty obvious call. Jackson.
Number 80.
Herd of Longhorns on the tackle.
Both the Longhorns getting credit for that tackle. 34 was Braxton Walker, and number 58 Bryce King. Both, once again, were freshmen getting some experience.
And a good tackle right there by Colton Jasper.
Smith just wasn't sure where to go. He kind of looked like he was going to pop out and kind of go cut it back, and then decided that there's 4 or 5 Longhorns there to stop him and try to bounce it out. And who was on the tackle?
Colton Jasper.
Junior defensive back.
Jackson's going to roll out into the right side. He's going to get some pressure. That is going to be complete, but brought down immediately after the catch.
caught that.
That big tight end, number 16, Reed. Which, in the first quarter, he's the one that faked that punt, and I've been really surprised that he hasn't been more involved offensively. He's so big, appears right there on that play to have pretty good hands. Would have thought that they would have brought him over the middle a little more, and tried to throw some slant routes to him because he's just so tall. But looks like we had a little movement on offensive wide receiver, but I think they're gonna let that one slide.
And they're gonna give him the first down. No, we're talking about their tight end Reed. He also, when you think about the number of bad snaps they've had on the punts, he's also the punter. That he's been able to field most of those.
Yeah.
And so he does seem sure-handed.
Yeah, with the snaps that he was receiving on the punt, the Longhorns, had he not gotten them off, it could have been very easily blocked, and he was able to jump up, catch the ball, or come forward and catch it and then get him off. So I don't know if his average has been great. I think that he's averaging about 24 yards per punt, but the fact that he's getting them off is really good.
Jackson got the shotgun snap, hands it off to Smith. He's going to run her on the right side, going to be brought down for a loss.
In all the highlight films that they have out for the previous 3 games with Douglas, Mount St. Mary, Capitol Hill, when Smith has been, getting his yardage, it's been since we go north and south. Whenever you get going lateral with him, it kind of slows it down a little bit, and that's what as the Longhorns drag it out and kind of make him go east and west on the field, then it really allows us to kind of stop him for those negative gains.
Smith again, brought down by a herd of Longhorns one more time.
Once again, he's trying to go get out around the edge rather than cutting it and going straight up the middle.
Mason Cruz and Bryce King, first ones there on that tackle.
And I think the Bobcat bus is starting.
5 minutes left here in the game. Jackson, he's looking deep. He's got some pressure. It is just off the fingertips.
It's Braden Scott.
Braden Scott. Almost had an interception right there.
Jackson's still taking his when he's trying to make that pass. He's feeling that one.
Fourth down. Let's see how the Longhorn defense can, if they can hold Star Spencer here. Jackson got the shotgun snap. He's going to take a shot. He's got it.
Caught.
Let's read.
There's the hands of Reed.
And the pressure will be on for the young Longhorns to keep the Bobcats out of the end zone.
It's always good to get him some experience on the goal line stand. We prefer to have held them there and taken over the ball, but
Jackson will take this, and I think they're going to call him down. He's got to be just right about the 1 yard line. From our angle, it looked like he might have made that in,
it was
but
pretty close. Let's see a quarterback sneak right here.
I run the same way.
we got a 6'1", 215 quarterback.
Oh, no, they handed off. Well,
17.
and that's
And
they gave it to him. Touchdown.
that's going to be a touchdown for Star Spencer. 46-6.
Looks like they're not changing personnel, so they'll probably go for 2 here on this.
And that's exactly what's going to happen. Jackson in the backfield. Gets the shotgun snap, takes it. Incomplete. That's going to leave the score 46-6. About 2 minutes and 34 seconds left here in the game.
Gotta run a couple plays. That'll be done.
Well, next week, the Longhorns are going to travel to Chandler to take on the Lions for another district game. And as long as everything works well from a staffing and technical standpoint, we should be able to broadcast from Chandler. It should be an interesting experience, though, because there's not going to be a full press box, I believe, for us to utilize. So we may be sitting out on the stands to do that, but we'll do what we can to bring you the live stream for you, so you can't make it to Chandler.
We'll call it sideline reporting. We'll just
Yes.
stand down on the sidelines.
And a shout out to Mrs. Neal's junior English class. If you noticed that we did, both of us, Chris and myself, worked the word tenuous into our broadcast.
I think we fully expect some more challenging words next week.
More challenging words, and maybe we'll challenge Mrs. Neal's class to come up with more plural forms for Longhorns. I said a herd of Longhorns on the tackle. Next week, the Chandler Lions is it's a pride of Lions, if you have that. So those plural names for the mascots, that's where it can get interesting.
All sides. Who has
You got number 24, Connor Clark on the return.
the outside?
Gets out to the 35-yard line.
2:25 left in the game.
I expect the Longhorns just to hand them off a few times here. Get out of here with a solid victory. In district play, talks to Coach Martin. The last time the Longhorns lost a district game was October of 2014. So it's been well more than 2,000 days since the last time the Longhorns lost.
And I
a
watched your
district
coach's corner. I was waiting for you to knock on the wood, too, on that table. Not jinx anybody. But definitely tonight was a great win for the Longhorns to come out, take care of business. You get your district points. You have your win, which is always great, but then I believe it's a maximum of 15 points per win in district play. So you lock that in for any potential tiebreakers if there are any tiebreakers. And we don't know, what's going to happen in the season. You always say that, if you win every game, you're going to be, the district champion. But we don't know if that's the case because we could win every game, but we could have some games canceled, and other teams could win just as many, and then you're going to tiebreakers for district for your rankings and seedings.
Zachary going to get hit immediately. Clock will continue to run.
Yeah, I'm not sure how they're going to handle. I'm sure OSSA has probably discussed this, and I'm probably just haven't been informed enough on it. But how they're going to handle games that are canceled on district play, like Millwood next week if they're not able to play in the next 2 weeks, but they go ahead and they win some of their other games. How does that work if it goes off just a win percentage or what they're going to do?
Yeah, that will be some interesting scenarios. They're going to call that an incomplete pass.
Little nerves.
Call right now.
The clock's still running, so looks like that will probably be the last play of the game, if not. Yeah, looks like Coach Martin's gonna call Creasy over to talk to him.
Before we sign off here, and make sure I thank our crew joining us here tonight. Junior Jake Lanier is running the camera for us up top. Zoe Tucker down on the field taking pictures for us. And Joel Mann up here in the press box with us, our stat man for the evening. I'm Matt Boggs. My partner is Chris Branch. Our producer is Sarah Boggs. This is the Jones Journal broadcast of Jones High School football, where the Longhorns have defeated the Star Spencer Bobcats 46-6 to move to 1-0 in district play. We will That's all that. Chris, any final thoughts tonight?
No, I mean, just looking back at the final stats, total offense tonight, we had 297 yards of total offense. Looks like Star Spencer's going to end with about 141 yards. Just a very dominant performance from the team, which is a great district win. I'd like to thank everybody for coming out on senior night. It's great for the seniors to get a victory on their senior night. And we'll look to continue the role next week in Chandler.
Absolutely. And so that will kick off at 7 o'clock next week in Chandler. Stay tuned to the Jones Journal we'll try to do a Coach's Corner on Thursday, and we'll send you out the link for the Jones Longhorns versus the Chandler Lions. We'll have one more thank of our sponsors, and this has been the Jones Journal broadcast of Jones High School football.